I went to go check the mail today. It's just I had a hunch. And that hunch was right.
Hey guys, so I have an exciting video, and this is going to be my kind of summer September book haul. Now during the summer I usually do this humongous book shopping, but things didn't turn out the way I was expecting them to be, so I didn't get to do as much book shopping as I hoped to do. Because I bought some books over the summer and there wasn't enough that I felt comfortable with showing you guys. My book shopping was just not complete. So I ordered a whole bunch of books. Anyways, I am going to show you guys in the order that I got these in. Anyways, let's get on with the books. This is the book I got for my birthday from my friend, and I forgot to put it in my July book haul. But the book that she got me is Sea of Shadows by Kelly Armstrong. Kelly Armstrong is like one of the first authors I actually started reading, so I'm really excited to check out her new book, and it just sounds really interesting. And the next books I bought, I was so excited when I found them in the covers that I wanted them in, because the Canadian covers for these books are just awful. I hate them so much. And that is the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. If you guys know Reagan from Peru's Project, you guys just don't need any exclamation on these books. I bought this from the Book Depository, which I was very skeptical about because I never ordered books from anywhere else but Chapters. But I am really happy with it, and plus it's free shipping. I never get free shipping. I should show you guys the covers, even though you guys probably know it already. Oh my God, this is just a snug box. The Final Empire, The Well of Ascension, and The Hero of Ages. I don't know when I'm going to get to them because there's huge books. There's small print. I'm just collecting his books now because he is such an amazing writer. The first book I bought over the summer, that of course is Opposition by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the 5th and final book to the Lux series. I tried picking this up over the summer, but I really couldn't get into it. But I'm really looking forward to getting back into this and seeing how it ends. How can I not after that ending? The next book I bought was a random buy. That book is Proxy by Alex London. This is kind of like an attempted read over the summer, which again failed. But this book is about, there's kind of like these clones made for rich people, and in case they get in trouble, they can blame it on them. Until this one guy commits murder and his clone runs away with him. I really don't know. I just wanted to buy a book, and this was there. The next two books are a thrift store buy. I really don't buy books from thrift stores. I don't like the idea of second-hand books. I like to have them new. I like to have them think of me as their first mother. When I saw these two, I just couldn't pass them up. They were like 50 cents. The Mystery Benedict Society, book 1, which is Mystery Benedict Society, and book 2, which is The Mystery Benedict Society and the Perlusurous Journey, are by Trent Lee Stewart. These books were 50 cents each, so they were $1. I hear about these books every now and then. Have no clue if I'll read them. The last book I bought personally myself, and that is The Giver by Lois Lowry. We'll see the movie, and I was so impressed by it that I'm so glad I saw it because it was such a great movie. It just made me feel something. These next 3 books I got someone to buy for me because they were in a much bigger bookstore and they asked me if I wanted anything, and of course I gave them a list. So these books someone else bought for me, but I paid them back. So first book I'm going to show you guys is one I actually read already and I highly enjoyed it, and I just found out that there's a second book to it. That book is Elysium by Marilyn D. Rox. This book is about a boy who goes to this summer college program. He discovers these creepy photos. He can't remember anything, and there's these murders and attack that's going on in the university. So him and his friends have to try and figure out before they become the next victims. There is pictures throughout the book. It really reminded me of Miss Peregrine's Home for Particular Children, and as you guys know, I really loved that book. The cover is just so creepy and eerie and I just love it. More of this in my wrap up at the end of the month. And the last two books I have to show you is part of a trilogy, I believe. I honestly don't know. They're set up in Japan. I really got into the Japanese Chinese culture after reading Storm Dancer, Ink and Rain by Amanda Sun. Ink is the first book in this trilogy, I believe, and this is about a girl who moves to Japan to live with her aunt after her mother passes away, and she's not really comfortable within the culture because she can barely speak the language. She doesn't know the culture all that well, and it's just a foreign country to her. To make things worse, she starts seeing moving pictures whenever she's around this one guy. I really love the covers for these books. Like, oh my god, that's so nice and cold. I am so excited to read these because they set up in Japan. I'm going to finally open up this package of books that I wanted to buy over the summer, but really couldn't. Let's open it. I had scissors in my back pocket this whole time, so yeah. Okay, so there are 8 books in this box, I believe. So let's get on with it. So the first book I see is one that was kind of like, again, a random buy. That is The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. I've been seeing this book everywhere, but never knew what it was about. After I read the synopsis, a murder mystery of a retailing Jack the Ripper, and that just sold me. The cover just looks really nice, and so I'm finally going to understand what people are talking about this book. Okay, these next 2 books are the second and third book to a fantasy trilogy that I read the first book in and loved it. Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. I'm so excited to continue on. I watched a wrap up and someone read this one, and so I feel like I've been kind of spoiled. But I don't know. So I guess I'll see what happens for myself. But oh my god, I'm so excited. More fantasy. No joke. I've been wanting fantasy like crazy. The next book I bought, I have heard nothing but rave about. And that is The Kiss of Deception by Marinette Pearson. This is told in like 3 perspectives about a runaway princess and a prince that goes after her and an assassin. But you can't tell who's the prince and who's the assassin. So I really had to check this out for myself because it just sounded so interesting. I can't wait to read it.
Oh my god.
The next book I have here is one I feel like I'm gonna pick up right now. Like, that is The Hair of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. This came out on September 2nd, and I've been hearing nothing but rave from the people who had ARCs. But I'm so excited to read this, especially after the ending of... I can't remember it now. Seriously, look at that cover. Look at the cover. Green's not one of my favorite covers, but this cover. The next book I have is one that I've heard a few things about, and so I thought I might as well check it out, and that is Whispers of the Fallen by J.D. Nettle. This is another book that I asked my friend to pick up for me, but she couldn't because all the stores in this city, there was not one copy of this book. This one's kind of like a fantasy. My camera just died on me. I was talking about Whispers of the Fallen, I believe. Really looking forward to picking up this book. This I saw. There is pictures of lions in it. Sounds so much like a book that I would really enjoy. And the next book comes out in November sometime. So if I read this in time, maybe I will buy it. And the second last book is Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. This is the second book to Daughters of Smoke and Bone, which I read last year. I really enjoyed Daughters of Smoke and Bone. And so when I read the synopsis for this, I seriously asked myself, what the heck? Why didn't you buy this book sooner? But I'm glad I waited because this book was on sale for $6. Once again, I don't know when I'm going to be reading this book, but I am happy to know that I finally have it. And the last book in my box is one I have been so excited to read. When I bought this book, I actually bought it before I actually finished the first book, but I'm so glad I bought it because I'm so looking forward to picking this book. Rebel Springs by Morgan Rhodes. I read the first book just only a week ago, and I also found out that it's actually a series. I thought it was a trilogy, and I was so happy. I can't wait. This is the second book to Fallen Kingdoms, which I read and finished and loved, but I'm so looking forward to picking up this book. Maybe I'll be reading this book next. I have so many books I want to read. That is my book haul unboxed into, and with the amount of time I have left, let's see if I can pick up these books.